Andre's penis? Any?
It would look good on anybody else but him.
Because proportion.
Yeah, and okay. Anyway, I was thinking. I saw the Missy Hyatt thing you had.
Yes.
I didn't.
Where she ranks everybody.
No, not the whole show, but you know.
Mm-hmm. I can send it to you.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, but in my, I don't know about Batista, and I know everybody's curious, but if I were a betting man, I would put Win Place's show on Robert Fuller.
You always hear that.
Well, you're verifying it here. I don't know about Batista, so I can't say it.
Right.
I don't know. I know
Al Hayes. Lord Al Hayes, I think.
I heard that.
Piper said he used to chase Roddy around the locker room with it. Roddy, in a full swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know,
No.
but I do know Robert Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
He lives up to the hype.
Right.
But you want to know who of all time was the greatest?
I'll say Milton Berle, of course. Oh, you mean wrestling? Limited to wrestling, or
Limited to wrestling.
Oh Christ, I don't know. Well, who have we heard on the show? It's the only way I'd have any knowledge of it. Too Cold Scorpio, you sometimes hear in this. Fuller, always you hear. Al Hayes. Who else? Who am I missing?
Ole Anderson.
Oh, Virgil.
Ole Anderson.
Ole Anderson.
No, he is.
He is
the biggest dick. Yes.
Very good.
Okay. No, it's Argentino Rocca, Antonino Rocca. Now, here's what happened. He changed the business with his dick. Changed the business, the landscape of the business. Okay. Antonino Rocca evidently didn't save his money. Okay, so he made all that money in the 50s and then in the early 60s. Now he's getting old and that big leap was a little lower. I know the feeling. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what happened was, you ever heard of Schaefer beer?
Sure. Yeah.
Did they still sell it?
They mightn't. It was a lower end beer in the 70s and before that.
Okay, did you know that Schaefer beer sponsored a wrestling show in Secaucus, New Jersey, WWOR? Mm-hmm. And I guess they had their show at the...
Was that the one that Dennis James used to be the ring announcer for? They used to tape it, I think, at Schutzen Park in North Bergen in the 60s. Go ahead.
That I don't know, but they only made a few tapes.
Uh-huh.
And they were at the Sunnyside Garden.
In Queens.
So it was professional wrestling with Antonino Rocca. He was your host.
Oh,
he was on the microphone.
Right.
So evidently, now, I'm the only, everybody that knows this is dead now, but I broke into 1973, mm-hmm. and I traveled around with Argentina Apollo and all the old timers, and that's all. 400-mile trip, Rocca's dick. That's all you could talk about, And I pretended not to be interested, but I thought it was pretty fascinating, because it must have been fantastic. So, like I'm talking about Barnum and Bailey, fantastic. You know what I mean? So what happened was, now what has this got to do with wrestling, you ask? It doesn't.
Well,
but listen to this. Rocca, you ever heard the expression, put his dick in the cash register?
No.
Well, Rocca evidently might have had some sexual relations with Schaefer's daughter and put her in the hospital, because it wasn't just long, it was the girth.
Right.
And
like a beer can. Right.
I
Probably.
I didn't see it.
Right.
But all you get is these big fish stories. It's always, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. So you don't know. Now, Robert Fuller lived up to it.
Right.
Because I had heard about it before I saw it. When I saw it, I said, oh, that's...
Game over.
Yeah, and nobody belonged on that list that Missy Hyatt made. Nobody. Erase me and everybody else.
Compared to Robert Fuller.
That was
right.
Okay, that's just my vote. Okay.
Honky Tonk, I believe, said he saw him put a full fucking arm bar on the deal. Put right up. Yeah.
I don't doubt it, but he knew him better.
Right.
I only saw it briefly, but it was like stunning. Mm-hmm. So anyway, here's the thing. Rocca put the girl in the hospital. Mr. Schaefer didn't take kindly to that. So he took his money away and closed the wrestling show. And then the wind-up of the story is Rocca became addicted to just accepting odd jobs, and even worked for Vince again, but lesser.
This was a thing. He was basically making a run against Vince Sr. when he had finished. Bruno was still. We covered this in Bruno's show. I wonder if Bruno knows this. I'm going to give him a call later and ask him about the Dick story. I wonder how.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you something. To be honest with you, Sean, I don't think Bruno would even talk about it because he doesn't like to talk about things like that.
I don't think he does.